The good member from the 25th Legislative District, Representative Jacobsen.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. So since 2021, I've heard a lot from our law enforcement about this bill. The law enforcement that I've spoken to said that this has created a free-for-all where criminals know the rules and they just keep leaving the scene. And I was grateful that the example of Immaculate Gold Aid was mentioned. That happened in my district. And also our constituent who has had her car stolen multiple times, even though she was able to point out that they were fleeing the scene. Other examples happen in my district, and I'm sure this is statewide. We had a man shot in a parking lot, shot dead in a parking lot on South Hill, and the Pierce County Police K-9 unit got a scent, and they were unable to pursue because they didn't think that they had probable cause as opposed to the prior standard of reasonable suspicion. They were unable to pursue. People are, according to my law enforcement professionals in Puyallup, running out of stores with sporting goods stores with a bunch of stuff in their hand, and then they jump in the car and it's just a free-for-all. They get to run off and they don't get to pursue. Another example that happened in Puyallup, Quorum Ford was burglarized, and the police saw the people leaving the scene, and it was a commercial burglary, so they weren't allowed to pursue. They drove through the landscaping, went the wrong way on Meridian, and Mr. Speaker, I'm sorry to say they flipped off the police on their way out. Mr. Speaker, this kind of lawlessness is what we need to stop by passing this initiative. Our job is to reset the rules here. Our job is to make a framework where people are held accountable for their actions. That's our job. We need to do that. We need to pass this. We need to trust our law enforcement professionals to make the right decisions and rely on their training, because we can't second guess what they're going to do this far ahead. We need to trust their professional decision making in times of crisis, and we know that they'll make the right decision, and maybe sometimes they won't pursue, but we know that they'll make the right decision for our communities, and we trust them. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Please pass this initiative.